Welcome to the Thyroid Fixer podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Amy, and we're diving deep into the world of hormones, especially for all you fierce women in perimenopause and menopause, and everyone struggling with hypothyroidism. So if you are battling weight gain, you're feeling like shedding those pounds is an impossible feat, if you're dealing with plummeting energy levels, gut-wrenching fatigue, or a libido that seems to have left town, then you're in the right place. And let's not even start on the hair loss. If these symptoms are sounding all too familiar, you have found your tribe. My goal is to educate, empower, and shake up your world. Remember, I want you to embrace every inch of that badass woman that you truly are. So if you're ready to dive in and fix things, let's go. So this is going to be a game changer for you, and you can probably hear the excitement in my voice. The latest introduction, the latest member of the family to the Fixer line is Metabolism Fixer. And this, oh my God, I formulated this just for all my people out there that need to lose weight, that need help in the weight loss department, that can't lose weight no matter what they do, that feel like they have a slow metabolism, and that might be thinking of trying all those peptides out there, you know, the Beverly Hills soccer mom drug of choice for weight loss peptides. Or even if you're on them already and you're like, man, these are really expensive and I'm still not losing weight, add in Metabolism Fixer. Here's what I did. I took the power of T2, which increases your basal metabolic rate while you are sitting there watching Netflix. You're burning fat while you're watching Netflix. I combined it with a very unique patented ingredient called Suppressa. Suppressa has multiple clinical trials backing its efficacy in reducing your appetite, decreasing snacking, and providing way more control over your food intake. It is amazing. We also see improved emotional well-being, just decreased food cravings all around, reduced hunger, and weight management. Add on top of that, we have green tea extract, we have purple forest purple tea extract, both of which affect the metabolism in a very positive way without the jitters of normal fat burning supplements out there from the 1980s and 90s, right? The ones that made you feel like you're having a heart attack. You will not have that in any of my supplements, Thyroid Fixer or Metabolism Fixer. But Metabolism Fixer, ooh, yeah, we kicked it up a notch. It is in powder form, so you can drink it through your day. It's going to flavor your water. We got orange crush and refreshing citrus. I love them both. It is going to keep you under control all day long. So you throw a couple scoops in your water bottle in the morning, throw a scoop or two in your water bottle throughout the day. You will have fat burning and appetite control the entire day for what? An eighth of a price of the peptides? Oh my God, you can't go wrong. So grab some Metabolism Fixer today. Please let me know how you do on it. I am super excited for you. Super excited. So it is that time of year once again for the event of the year, in my opinion. And I always love to bring on Robin Switzer, who organizes this event. She's put her heart and soul into it. I've said this in the years past. I've been just beyond impressed with the events that she puts on. And in the past, it has been called KetoCon. This year is Hack Your Health by KetoCon. And this is just an event that I want to invite all of you to. Number one, we're going to dive into everything that you're going to get if you attend, including being able to meet and greet with me, and we'll chat and we'll have a booth there and it'll be loads of fun. But I want to encourage you all to attend because this is going to be a way for you to up-level your health kind of all in one space, all in under one roof in one weekend. And I promise you, after speaking to participants that went last year, the year before, and hearing their feedback, when I say that this can up-level your health, I'm not kidding. The reports that I've received from participants at past KetoCon, now Hack Your Health, have been nothing but phenomenal. Stories of people changing their lifestyle, changing their eating, reducing blood sugar, losing 20, 30, 40 pounds, reversing heart disease. I mean, the stories just go on. And these are documented, anecdotal, documented stories from people that said, I heard these speakers. I learned from you. I learned from Canberra. I learned from all the great speakers on stage. I went home, I implemented, and now my doctor is thrilled with my numbers. I've never felt better. I'm living my best life ever. So this really is a place where you can take your body, your health, your nutrition, your lifestyle to a whole nother level in the course of 2 to 3 days. So Robin, thank you once again for putting this event on, because like I just said, it benefits so many people. But thank you for coming on again, because I want to dive into what they can expect this year.
Well, I appreciate you having me. And everybody loves when you're there, as you saw from the long line of people waiting to talk to you last year.
Right. Well, now they can come to the booth. I'll be at the booth. We won't be just standing out in the middle of nowhere chatting. But no, thank you for that. First, let's start with what made you change the name from KetoCon to Hack Your Health?
Well, it's a little bit of a funny story, but when we came back after COVID in 2022, everybody was thrilled to be there. There was a huge amount of energy. It solidified for me that people really need community. Mm-hmm. But what I picked up on was that I really wanted to I wanted to throw a wider net. I wanted to bring more people to this event. And the feedback that I was getting was that from vendors and from potential attendees, people who would email me, I don't follow a ketogenic diet. This must not be for me. Our products aren't focused on people who follow keto, so this must not be the event for me. And I thought, there's so much more to this than just the ketogenic diet. There's a lot of people who come to this event that don't follow a ketogenic diet. They're more on the low carb side, or the metabolically healthy, and they don't follow a low carb diet, but they're super active. So there's such a wide variety. How do I expand my reach so that I can reach more of those people? There's so many people that need help. So on a road trip with my son and my daughter-in-law and my granddaughter to North Carolina, we started thinking, how can we rebrand? How are we going to maintain the community and the audience that we've built, but expand our reach so that we can help more people? And during that drive, my son Ryan, who runs the expo hall floor at the event, said, how about Hack Your Health? And it just clicked. At the time, I had no idea that the hack was going to the word hack was going to draw the biohacking community.
Right.
But it just felt right. It just clicked. And we were like, okay. And I'm on my phone on GoDaddy buying the URL, on the road to North Carolina, buying that URL. And then we figured out or tried to figure out how are we going to go about doing this, because we don't want to lose the KetoCon branding. So what we decided to do was first change the tagline. So in 2023, the event was KetoCon Hack Your Health. And we kind of trickled in the messaging to Hack Your Health throughout the event. And we made the announcement at the end of the event. And this year we've changed it to Hack Your Health by KetoCon. Mm-hmm. So this has really allowed us to maintain our branding, maintain our social media accounts without losing a lot. We've rebranded our YouTube channel and that kind of stuff. It was a slow transition, but it proved to be successful because all we've done is just expanded our reach. So the difference between KetoCon and Hack Your Health is that we're just covering a much wider variety of topics. We're bringing in a much wider variety of exhibitors and sponsors, bringing in more experiences. And so it becomes more of a foundational health, ancestral health, learn how to up-level your metabolic health, because really the underlying theme is always going to be the importance of metabolic health and how to get there.
Right.
That's near and dear to my heart. And that's always going to be the message for this event. The other thing is I still have that banned ingredient list. So, while we were in the past very food product heavy at our expo hall, we've moved away from that. And so maybe 10% of the vendors are food products, but the rest are bringing wearables and experiences and supplements and skincare, learning about bone density, all these types of things, so that we can bring as much information to the public as we can. So I think that there is a huge misconception in the wellness world that biohacking is for the privileged, and that's so not true. So what I'm trying to do is bring in the general public that is interested in improving their health and are passionate about it, but that want to learn more. And there's so much to learn. Like I learn every year. I'm no expert on any of these things. And that's part of the fun for me, is to bring in all the experts in all these different areas. So the experience is going to be not only 60 plus speakers, but also these different experiences. We're doing functional body weight movement classes this year.
Oh,
So that's going to be really cool. We're doing some meditation and breath work sessions. We're doing cooking demos. We're doing cold plunge again, and sauna experience and red light. OsteoStrong is going to be there, and they make equipment to help build bone density. So people will be able to try out that equipment. And it's not like they have to buy the equipment. Their OsteoStrong actually has centers across the country where you can go and use their equipment. So it's stuff like that. It's much more about a general wellness than just the ketogenic diet.
And I'm so glad that you changed the name, because I love opening the arms to incorporate more people. And I used to get the same comments. I would always talk about being ketogenic myself, being on a low carb diet, being insulin resistant. I had a course called Keto for the Week. I have a course called Keto for the Week. So people would automatically say, well, if I work with you, do I have to do keto? And I'm like, you just put your head in your hand. You're like, okay, no, keto isn't for everyone. And we're not saying that everyone has to do it or should do it. We're saying that this is a fantastic tool to become more metabolically efficient. And I think almost moving away from that word helps, because people hear keto and some of them look at you like a deer in headlights, like, oh my God, how am I going to give up my carbs? Okay.
Right.
You can become healthy through a variety of different tools and mechanisms, supplements, cold plunges that activate brown adipose tissue. All of these things will help you to become more metabolically healthy without going on a ketogenic diet. So I love that move. And I love the move toward incorporating in more speakers, more vendors that are just in the biohacking world. And I especially love what you said about biohacking. You're so right. I think people get into the mindset that biohacking equals $10,000 pieces of equipment. And if you can't buy an HBOT and a sauna, then you're not really biohacking. And that's not the case these days. I mean, even continuous glucose monitors, it wasn't 5-7 years ago that I remember listening to a podcast. I couldn't even tell you who was on it. They were talking about CGMs and going, well, right now they're about $6,000, but we anticipate in the next few years it being available to the public. And here we are. So super affordable. So I love that you're moving into that space of kind of opening up the arms to invite so many and incorporate so many more people. Let's talk about the speakers. What are some of the topics that people can expect to hear if they come?
Wow. Well, there's still a big focus on meat-based diets, carnivore diets. And we have a couple of panels focusing on that topic. People who have utilized the protocol to heal all sorts of ailments, chronic disease, and people who are specialists in that space are going to be talking about that as well. Let's see. Annette Bosworth is going to be addressing uric acid, which I think is super cool. No one's ever talked about uric acid at this event before.
Yeah.
What are you going to be talking about?
I'm going to be talking about the forgotten thyroid hormone, T2. Of course, all things thyroid hormone, metabolic, weight loss related.
Right. I just kind of teed you up for that. I knew what you were going to be
Thank you.
Let's see. On Thursday, we have actually from 12 to 6 or 1 to 6, we have a entrepreneur business building workshop taking place at the event. It's in addition to the general admission ticket, but we have people who are specialists in their field of expertise that are going to be addressing things that entrepreneurs encounter when building a business, including 2 lawyers who are going to be talking about things to look out for from a legal perspective when you're starting a business. We have a lot of health entrepreneurs that attend this event.
Yeah.
So we felt that was important to add in. We've got a food addiction panel planned this year as well. We have carnivore. Molly Eastman's going to be speaking about sleep optimization. I always learn the word sleep optimization. The guys from the Meat Mafia podcast, Brett and Harry, they are going to be leading a panel on regenerative agriculture. which is always really interesting. And several local ranchers are coming in to share their perspective on regenerative agriculture.
Mhm.
For me, this is super interesting because regardless of where you live, and we have people that come to this event from all over the country and outside of the US,
Mhm.
it's really important to understand your contribution to the local community and your local farmers and how that impacts not only your local community, but your health. And I think that people are really far removed from that. And so it's important to me to kind of introduce the concept to people so that they can start thinking differently about purchasing stuff at the supermarket. I think that there's a misconception that if you don't purchase it at the supermarket, it's going to be unaffordable, and that's not the case.
Mhm.
So that kind of thinking, I'm trying to introduce that as well.
I love that because out here in Iowa, we're in cow land, right? I mean, this is like farmers everywhere. And just the other day, I go into it's just a county meat market. They do butchering of all, deer, beef, all that. And in the case, they always feature a local farm. I have I purchased the best two ribeyes I've had in my life and the best beef bacon I've ever had in my life.
Love
So
beef
number
bacon.
one, I mean, you can see the cows roaming. They're definitely grass fed, whether they're green finished, grass finished. I don't know, but I don't care because I'm supporting local. I know that they don't jack them up on all the commercial antibiotics and hormones and all of that. And it's great tasting. I mean, you can't deny that. And guess what? It was cheaper than what you
Mhm.
could buy in the grocery store. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I see, I'm part of different groups that talk about this regularly, and I see movements popping up around the country. And of course, they're more dense in areas where there's more farming, because people are more open to the idea. But I'm seeing a trend where people are becoming more and more interested in this.
Yeah.
And like, just like you moved out to the country, there's a lot of people who are making this decision to do that. And so I think that those people will help drive the popularity and the knowledge that people need to expose themselves to that type of thinking. And so I'm
Right.
really excited about that. Are you familiar with Maggie and Brad Jones, who did the Cancer Revolution docuseries?
No.
So they are going to be speaking they're actually opening the event on Friday. They are going to be speaking, and they just finished doing a documentary on cancer. Maggie was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and through the ketogenic diet and fasting is completely cancer free. So, and I think she did have some traditional treatment as well,
Mhm.
but they're going to be speaking at the event. And that's another important topic because I mean, it gets ignored at health events. No one wants to talk about it, but it's there. So we might as well address it. Do you know who Max Lugavere is?
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's an OG. Yeah, absolutely.
Max is coming to the event this year. I'm super excited about that. And he brings a totally different perspective. So he is a supporter of low carbohydrate eating, but he's metabolically healthy and his audience is as well. So they don't focus necessarily on, the devils that are starchy vegetables or, a carrot. They don't.
Right.
He's talking about brain health and how food and nutrition contribute to brain health. It's so
Mhm.
important.
It's
So
so
important.
yeah.
We have Karen Martell is going to be speaking about hormone optimization, and Natalie Nidham, who's going to be speaking about peptides, which is fascinating to me. I don't have the time and haven't dedicated the energy to, I said that backwards. I don't have the energy or have dedicated the time to learning more about peptides,
Mhm.
but I certainly will at the event
Oh,
because
anytime I'm
very
around
knowledgeable.
that, it's like she starts speaking and I'm like, You're talking about something new again. Like, what is this
Right,
that I don't know?" I mean, she is
right.
full of information. I love all those ladies you just mentioned.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. We just confirmed with JJ Virgin's going to be speaking at the event about gracefully aging, and she is certainly a testament to that.
Yep.
Sean Wells, do you know Sean
Oh,
Wells?
I
Have you
love
met
Sean.
Sean?
He's
Okay, so
fantastic. He's brilliant. Brilliant.
Sean's going to be speaking about supplements and pharmacology, and he's also going to be leading a panel that we've coined the energy formula.
Mhm.
And Luke Story will be on that panel with him. One of his partners in the drink that they just released update is going to be on that. So they're talking about alternatives to caffeine. And it's pretty interesting because a lot of people are super sensitive to caffeine. I can't handle caffeine anymore.
Yep.
I used to be a big coffee drinker. I think when I first met you, I was pretty caffeinated and pretty stressed out. But I was able to wean myself off of caffeine. And if I do drink coffee, it's always decaf now. And I can always tell when someone slips caffeine, gives me a regular coffee instead of decaf.
Yep. Yep.
So,
You're using mushrooms now, like lion's mane, turkey tail. All
yes,
that. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm super sensitive to those too. But anyway, I think it's a very interesting conversation.
It
Absolutely
is.
interesting conversation. Temple Stewart, she's the ketogenic nutritionist on Instagram. She's still continuing her education. I think she's working on her PhD right now.
Mhm.
And she's talking about environmental obesogens. And that's a subject we've never addressed either. Like we've talked about chemicals in the environment, but we've never really done a deep dive into that. So I think that'll be super fascinating.
Oh, and that can be the key. I mean, much of my audience is in the weight loss arena of on the struggle bus for weight loss, let's say. And that's one topic that I don't dive enough into on my podcast that I should. That sometimes, even if you just change what chemicals you're being exposed to, that can allow your body to actually start shedding the pounds. So I love that she's talking about that. I love it. And this is what I mean. If you come and attend and you take in this information and you talk to the vendors, and here's the thing. I mean, just like Robin said earlier, last year after my talk, I talked to the audience. I answered questions for 2.5 hours. The speakers are all very approachable. We all love to answer your questions, both on the stage and off the stage. So you're going to come and you're really going to absorb a ton of information, but you're also going to be able to talk one-on-one with many of the speakers and ask them their opinion about you. Maybe you have a specific blood sugar question, a specific thyroid question, a specific hormone question, and you're going to be able to get real feedback. So that's why I say for a very low price of admission and a couple days, you can walk out of here literally up-leveling your health, hacking your health and up-leveling it to a degree that you probably didn't even think was possible.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reason we keep doing it.
I love it, Robin. I love it. Okay. So once again, it's in Austin, Texas at the Palmer Event Center. It's the end of May. Can you give the dates and then the website where they can buy tickets? I think you still have them on early bird right now, right? And let them know when the price is going to go up.
Sure. It's May 31st through June 2nd. The current price for the general attendee ticket is still $249. Mm-hmm. You have a discount code. So with your code, they can save $50. So it'll be $199 for the entire 3 days. We do offer other ticket options. There's a Sunday only pass. There's a VIP pass. There's a virtual replay pass. That discount code will work for all those ticket types. The ticket prices are increasing on March 1st. Mm-hmm. So it'll be $299. They'll increase again on April 1st and May 1st, and they'll be $399 at the door.
Yeah, so, I mean, even at the max price, that's incredible for an entire weekend. But by all means, I mean, if you get in now, you can use the code Dr. Amy, DRAMIE. That's going to save you the $50 off. And I mean, it's just a no-brainer. You make it so affordable and so doable for people to attend.
I'm trying.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible because we've all heard of conferences, that are in the thousands and it's just not doable for some people. And at the price point you have it right now, it is doable for most, if not all. So
we've negotiated discounted room blocks with several hotel properties within less than 2 miles from the event. So they're all linked on our website. Mm-hmm. And so hopefully that will help people as well. Yeah. And the website, it's hackyourhealth.com. Pretty simple. There's lots of information about the event on the website as well. So if you look under the attendees tab in the menu, you'll see interactive experiences. You'll see all the things that will be going on. And we're still adding to that. There'll be also cooking demos and a few book signings, a few meet and greets, breathwork sessions. I think that people will be happy about attending. There's a lot more I hate calling this a conference, to be honest with you, because it's so much more than a conference. It's not a summit and it's not a fair. It's not a gathering. I'm not really sure the best name to call it, but to me, it's kind of like almost like a family reunion where a lot of the people that come again and again and again. There's a lot of networking going on. A lot of like influencers attend this event to connect with companies and buyers from local grocery chains, from Amazon. We've had buyers from TJ Maxx there. So there's a lot happening besides just going to presentations, but we just try to pack in as much as we can. And then of course, by the end of the weekend, you're fried. I mean, you're exhausted. Just warn you, you will wear comfortable shoes. It's a lot of walking, a lot of standing, but great barbecue in Austin. That's one reason that we keep doing the event there.
Great food in Austin.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun things to do. There's a great social community there. The health community is huge there. So there's a lot of outdoor activities. And I had looked at doing like a river cruise for our VIP dinner instead of at a physical location. There's just none of them that can accommodate enough people.
Right.
But there's all kinds of fun things to do there. So yeah, it's a great experience.
So hackyourhealth.com. It's a no-brainer. Get your tickets now. That way you can start planning your travel. Come see me, come visit me at the booth, listen to all the speakers, and just literally up-level your health. Use the code Dr. Amy again for $50 off. Robin, thank you so much for coming on again and just giving the information to the people to get them down there. And let's get this family reunion going. I love that. I love it. So thank you once again. And I know this is going to be the event to not miss this year.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.